Hello again. In this video I'm going to be going over the black box penetration test number 3 on INE's platform. So we have 3 machines that we have to compromise, so let's get started. Let's take some notes. Let's start by pinging them. Okay, we have some responses. Guessing this is going to be 4 and this is going to be 5, and I'm going to be 2. Okay. So on the first machine we have port 80, which is open. That's good. Let's do check SV on this machine to see which service is running there. Let's get ready to take some notes regarding this information. Okay, so it's a Python based web server. It's good to know. On the second machine we have MySQL. Okay. And on the last machine we have SSH and HTTP on port 8080. This is usually Tomcat. Okay, let's take some notes. Yes, it is Tomcat. Okay, enough with the notes for now. Let's visit port 80 to see this application. Debugger turned on. Please visit console. Okay. So usually these debug consoles, they are pin protected. It does not appear to be the case. Okay. Let's say we did not even visit this this console directory. What we could do as well. Let me just copy this and search exploited. See that we have debug shell command execution Metasploit. This is Metasploit module, and the same thing, but it's a Python script. Let's take a look at this. I think it's tag M or tag X for examine, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get the script, because I don't like looking at black and white. And, okay. So we are setting up the shebang line, importing a few modules like the requests module, which makes sense. We're gonna be making get requests. The sys module, regular expressions, and URL lib. Usage Python exploit.py. This is the usage Python. So the IP of the website, the port of the website, our IP, and our netcap port. Okay. Response equals response requests.get, and these are like f strings, but these are old. I think this is, I don't know if this is still used, but usually what I use when I'm writing some Python scripts are I use f strings. I do not use this, but it basically does the same job. This is argv1. This is thanks to the sys module that you can do something, and this just means the first argument, which is this is the IP of the port that goes in this place, and the second argument is the port which goes here. So basically http the IP of the website, the port of the website, dash console. We're doing an if statement here, if Werkzeug not in response.text. So if when we get this URL we do not get in the response.text, then we're just gonna print, yeah, this is Python true because of the print. It's just gonna print debug is not enabled, meaning it was not able to get this this string value, since the application or debugger about Python using Python. No. Yeah, since the debugger is using Python, we can use Python for getting a reverse shell. Yeah. Debugger equals yes. Response string, that's the same thing. If the length of this secret, this regular expression, if the length of the secret variable is not equal to 1, then it's impossible to get secret. Else we're gonna take the first thing, then we're gonna print it out. Draw input, another Python true thing. So basically this is just gonna execute a Python code here, and the Python code that will be executed is just a reverse shell. So it checks if it's able to get here. And it's maybe checking for this string, I'm not 100% sure. I think it is checking for this when it's gonna do a get request. But basically we don't need to use this exploit. We can just do it directly. Yeah. I'm just gonna take Python reverse shell, and then I'm gonna replace it. Okay, it's my IP. And we should get a callback 8443. Let's start a listener. And let's execute this code just to make sure that this does actually execute Python code. Yeah. And yeah, we got shell as root. Cool. Let's do for my we are root ls Let's see the introduction. We have nothing here. CD backpack. I could stabilize my shell by writing python-exe, but it just creates a really weird shell here. I don't know why. CD jump ls empty. Okay. Okay, we have some users here. Let's see the ls. Yes. Bash logout. CD intro hashish. Stack array. Something. Auditor. Stack array. And we have bash history. The bash history just is the place where all your commands will be stored unless you delete them. Let me see why my music is not playing. Is it actually playing? Okay. Let's check this out. So these are just some Linux commands. We have a MySQL connect tar connector. Okay, these could be some potential credentials. Okay, let's just exit from here. I think I need to close this console page. And since we did have the MySQL port open with the same IP address, we can try to connect with these credentials without changing anything. And we are in. Let's show the databases. These are the default databases. I don't think these will be of any use to us, so let's use MySQL. Show tables, database, columns, priv, event, host, user, select star, user, root. It's an empty set. Okay, I don't think this will be useful to us, but since we have credential this time, we can use Metasploit to make it easy for us to exploit this server, this database server. Let's search for MySQL UDF payload. So this is 22. Let's use this one. Options. Force UDF payload false. Always attempt to install sysexec MySQL function. We want to set this one to true. Sorry. And if you're wondering why we are setting this to true, I'll show you once it's getting executed. So we do have the password. Let's just copy it and paste. P stands for this is the password, so we don't need to copy that as well. The server port seems correct. Server host, username, root. Okay, let's set the host to let's set port to 1337. Okay, and the target is by default Windows. This is a Linux machine, so we want to set to 1, I think. Set target to 1. Let's run the payload. Oh, forgot to specify the remote hosts. Yeah. And the remote host is .4. Okay. So this is why you set this option UDF payload to true, because it attempts to install this. So this is how it goes. It checks the architecture, and it checks for this sysexec function, and then it executes it at some point, uploading this MySQL UDF sys library to this spot, and it checks for it, and then immediately it gets a interpreter session. Did this work actually? Okay. Let's do session.i to see. Yeah, we do have one. So let's initialize that one. Okay, alas. Docker environment. Let's see into home. No entries existing, no. CD entry. I have a flag here. Okay. Yeah, I think we are done with this machine. It's not going to be useful in the third one. Let's exit. Here. And we did compromise this. That's good. Let's go to the third one. It was port 8080. Let's go there. Attack defense. Nothing here. Nothing here as well. Does not exist. Let's do some directory brute forcing. I'm going to a /manager. Let's visit this one. It's asking us to sign in. Default credentials, it's always good to test them. Password, root, none of them work out. If you read here, you get this is the directory in which Tomcat configuration files will be stored. Conf directory. Let's save it. It's not meant to do that. And it says Tomcat with the password of secret. Let's try these credentials. Okay, cool. We get access to the manager interface. What we can do now is upload a WAR file and execute it, which should give us a reverse shell. Okay. Gonna need msf venom for this tech. Let me just look for the payload in my notes. Where is it? There it is. Just cannot remember. Okay, what's my IP? This looks good. That's good. File ref. Let's start our listener. 443. Actually, okay. Let's upload the WAR file. There it is. Let's deploy it, and now it is here. So if you click on it, it's gonna get executed, and it should give us a reverse shell back. As you can see, there's another flag running. No. I'm just gonna try to stabilize my shell with the pty module. That's gonna spawn a bin bash shell. Don't remember the command to disable my own terminal echo. Okay, so background deform. Do this. Let's export term equals xterm to get things like clear. That's good now. Okay, so as we said earlier, this is where Tomcat configuration files will be stored. So let's check that directory. Yes. Catalina policy, properties, Tomcat users. and it's Tomcat secret default credentials of Tomcat, and we have a tar archive. So let's see what it's all about. Okay, let's see the intro conf. Yes, cat Tomcat XML, and we have the Robert user. These looks like these are credentials. Okay, so let's try to su to Robert. And we got in. Nice. Let's see the intro home Robert. And we have another flag. Okay. We did when we were Tomcat user, I don't think there was much that we could do to escalate our privileges. But let's see if with Robert, yeah, there is something actually we can do with Robert. Maybe I don't know if we should have tried with the Tomcat user to do something, but yeah, with the Robert user, we will definitely be able to do something. We can use this LD preload environment variables. They are called environment variables. So essentially, Linux uses this LD preload to load specified shared libraries. So, for example, if you set LD preload to a shared object, that shared object will be loaded before any other library. So, since we can use this binls command, what we could essentially do is create a malicious shared library or folder or object, and then have it be executed by setting it to the environment variable of LD preload, which just spawns a bash shell as the root user. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, let's create a C program for this. Let's name it found.c. I don't like to mess with the keyboard, like put in the octocode, like the hashtag symbol here. It just messes with my keyboard, and I'm no longer to copy paste and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna copy and paste from my notes the essential header files for this C program. Okay, and we'll say void initialize init, which takes no parameter, and then again I'm not gonna take any chances with the curly brace. If you've ever played in these lab environments, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, so the first thing we want to do is unset the environment variable of LD preload. Yes, and then we want to set, it's very simple C program, it's not going to be very complicated. I don't even know C, I mean I haven't taken any courses in C, but I mean this is pretty much readable, like you can understand what I'm doing here. So set our group ID into 0 and set my user ID into 0 as well, basically taking in the root user ID and group ID, and then we'll say that system is equal to bin sh, for example. Okay, that looks about right. And let's close. I'm not gonna take any chances, I forgot. I could have messed up my keyboard. Okay, let's save this. And we have pond.c. Okay, so now we need to compile it. I already have this in my notes saved so that I don't have to write this. I already have done this network before, so yeah, let's just do this pond.c. So it is compiled. Now what we need to do is say sudo ld preload. We're gonna set it to home Robert and pond.so. Let me just copy this. Yes, we have this new shared object. That's why I was writing that. No. So, and then we execute ls, because if you remember, we have we can execute bin ls. Let's actually give it its full path. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna error out for us. So essentially what will happen is that the dynamic Linux loader will load this shared object first before executing bin ls with the sudo root privileges, and this pond.so is just a compiled C program, this one, that just sets my group and user ID to 0, basically to root privileges, and it spawns bin sh with that user, meaning the root user privileges. Yeah, and if I say who am I, and I am now the root user. So if you ever see, for example, if you ever see this line right here and you can run something as the root user, anything, it doesn't matter if it's bin ls or anything, I might be wrong, but I think it can be anything, then you basically can get root privileges with that. Yeah, let's cd into root ls. So yeah, that's the last one. Yep, that was this little network. I really enjoyed this one because, I mean, at first I really struggled to understand everything, but now it's, I'm not gonna say it's easy. I mean, I think it's easy, yeah, but it's still a really fun network. I hope you did enjoy this video, if you did watch it and you did get something out of it. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask. And yeah, good luck to you. Bye bye.